Imagine walking through your city during a thunderstorm and suddenly, instead of raindrops, fish, frogs, or even birds start falling from the sky. This phenomenon, although it sounds like something from a legend, is entirely real and has been documented throughout history in many parts of the world. Animal rain happens when powerful whirlwinds, such as waterspouts or tornadoes, form over bodies of water and suck up small aquatic animals like fish and frogs. These winds can carry the animals for several kilometers and, when the storm loses strength, drop them onto land, often in unexpected places far from water. One recent example took place in Iran, where residents of Yasuj witnessed fish raining down during a heavy storm, more than 250 kilometers from the sea. Scientists explain that the shape, weight, and wind speed are crucial factors, allowing these animals to be lifted and survive the descent. Interestingly, most of these events involve just one species, suggesting the phenomenon is highly selective and depends on which animals are present in the affected area at the time. Sometimes, the animals land alive and intact. Other times, they do not survive the impact. So next time you hear stories of animals falling from the sky, remember that science can explain even the most incredible events. And speaking of unexplained phenomena, what about the mysterious lights that appear before earthquakes? We'll explore that in the next segment. Have you ever seen flashes of light on the horizon just before an earthquake? This phenomenon, known as earthquake lights, has puzzled humanity for centuries. Imagine the surprise of those who, in the darkness, witness brief blue, white, or even violet glows in the sky seconds or minutes before the ground begins to shake. Earthquake lights are neither a myth nor an optical illusion. They have been documented in many parts of the world, from Japan and Italy to Mexico and Chile. In some cases, witnesses describe luminous columns, floating balls of light, or flashes similar to the northern lights, but much shorter and more localized. Science still lacks a definitive answer, but the leading theory is triboluminescence. When deep rocks are under extreme pressure right before an earthquake, their minerals can release electrical charges. As these charges reach the surface, they ionize the air and produce visible flashes. Sometimes, sparks from damaged power lines can also cause lights, but true earthquake lights have been seen in areas far from any electricity. Not every earthquake produces these lights, and they don't always appear before the tremor. Their rarity makes them mysterious and hard to study. Still, there are stories of people who, after seeing these lights, found shelter before disaster struck. Could they help us anticipate earthquakes in the future? For now, they remain one of nature's most spectacular mysteries. But if you think that's incredible, just wait until you learn about a lake where the water boils on its own. Imagine arriving at a place where the water doesn't invite you to swim, but threatens to burn. This is Boiling Lake, a hidden corner on the Caribbean island of Dominica, where nature defies all expectations. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary lake, but as you get closer, thick steam and constant bubbling reveal its secret. Here, the water boils naturally, reaching temperatures above 90 degrees Celsius. This phenomenon happens thanks to an active volcanic fissure directly beneath the lake. Hot gases, especially water vapor and carbon dioxide, rise from deep inside the earth, heating the water and turning the lake into a living cauldron. The scene is breathtaking, a gray-blue lake shrouded in mist, with its center eternally boiling. Measuring the exact temperature in the middle is impossible due to extreme risk. Getting too close is dangerous not only because of the heat, but also the toxic gases and unstable ground. Despite these hazards, Boiling Lake attracts scientists and adventurers every year, all fascinated by the sheer power of geothermal energy and the heat that escapes from inside our planet. This place is proof that Earth is still alive, breathing heat and power through hidden fissures. But Boiling Lake is not the only boiling body of water on Earth. In the Amazon rainforest, there's a river that boils without any volcanoes nearby, pushing the boundaries of what seems possible even further. How can water reach extreme temperatures in such an unexpected setting? That's what we'll uncover in the next segment. In some corners of the planet, nature surprises us with mysteries so perplexing they seem to defy logic. One of the most intriguing takes place in California's Death Valley, where rocks of all sizes move on their own, leaving long trails across the dry bed of the ancient racetrack Playa Lake. For decades, scientists and curious visitors studied these mysterious marks, searching for answers. Some stones are as heavy as a small car and can remain motionless for years until, almost magically, they shift position. The phenomenon is not constant. The movements happen at rare intervals, so slow that no one has ever seen them move directly, only their traces left behind. Many theories were proposed: hurricane-force winds, magnetic fields, even human pranks. But the real explanation turned out to be far more elegant and natural. Under very specific conditions, cold winter nights bring a thin layer of water that freezes over the ground, forming sheets of ice. At sunrise, the ice begins to melt, and gentle winds push these ice sheets, dragging the rocks across the wet clay. This greatly reduces friction, allowing the stones to glide, tracing straight, curved, or zigzag patterns, almost as if they had a will of their own. This spectacle happens only a few times a year, when rain, cold, and wind align perfectly. That's why the mystery lasted so long. Even though science has solved it, witnessing the trails left by these sliding stones remains a poetic and haunting experience, reminding us that nature still holds secrets. Yet, not all earthly mysteries are solved by ice and wind. Get ready to discover the next phenomenon: ball lightning, a rare electric marvel that continues to challenge our understanding. Just when you think nature can't surprise you any further, along comes ball lightning. Picture standing in a thunderstorm and suddenly witnessing a glowing sphere drifting soundlessly through the air, crossing a room, or even passing right through a glass window. This phenomenon, known as ball lightning, has puzzled scientists and eyewitnesses for centuries. Unlike ordinary lightning bolts, ball lightning appears as a luminous orb that can range in size from a small pea to a large ball. Its color shifts from blue to orange or red as it cools down, and it can last anywhere from a few seconds to almost half a minute. The most mysterious part, it moves slowly, hovers near the ground, and can even pass through solid materials without losing its shape. Science still doesn't have a definitive answer. Some theories suggest ball lightning is a type of plasma created when gases and particles in the air become ionized after a regular lightning strike. Other models propose that it forms from the combustion of vaporized silicon in the soil, reacting with oxygen to create a glowing cloud. There are also hypotheses involving extremely delicate chemical processes that hold the sphere together for several seconds, explaining how it floats, changes color, and slips through tiny openings. Despite recent advances, ball lightning remains a captivating mystery. Its behavior defies logic and challenges modern physics. What other phenomena could rival the strangeness and beauty of this floating orb of light? In our next segment, we'll travel to Turkey to explore another natural spectacle that burns eternally. In a remote corner of southwestern Turkey, in the ancient region of Lycia, lies a phenomenon that has fascinated travelers and scientists for centuries: the eternal fire of Yanardaz, also known as Mount Chimera. Picture climbing a hillside at dusk and seeing flames emerging directly from the rocks, casting a mysterious glow across the landscape. These flames are not the work of magic, though they once inspired legendary myths. According to Greek mythology, this was the home of the Chimera, a creature with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail, breathing fire and terrorizing the ancient inhabitants. But science offers another explanation. Beneath the surface of this mountain, methane gas continuously seeps through natural cracks and vents. When it meets the oxygen in the air, the gas ignites spontaneously, producing small but persistent flames that burn day and night, even in the rain. This phenomenon, fueled by deep chemical reactions within the Earth's crust, has been active for millennia. So much so that ancient sailors once used it as a natural lighthouse. Today, Yanardez is a popular destination for curious hikers and scientists exploring the frontiers of geology and history. The flames, now more modest, remain a reminder of the secrets the Earth hides beneath our feet. Yet this is not the only mystery our planet holds. In the next segment, we'll plunge into the depths of the ocean to uncover another natural enigma that defies all logic. On our journey through nature's most astonishing phenomena, we arrive at one of the ocean's most captivating mysteries: blue holes. Picture swimming over clear waters and suddenly seeing a perfectly round, deep blue abyss below. Blue holes are marine sinkholes, vertical caves formed thousands of years ago when sea levels were much lower. During ice ages, rain and chemical processes carved out limestone, creating massive caverns that, as the oceans rose, flooded and collapsed, leaving behind these almost circular underwater pits. The Great Blue Hole in Belize is perhaps the most famous. Over 300 meters wide and more than 120 meters deep, it looks like a doorway to the unknown. Divers who venture inside find submerged stalactites and deep layers with little oxygen, where only specialized bacteria survive. These extreme conditions have made blue holes natural laboratories for studying ancient life and climate. Belize isn't the only home to these wonders. There's Dean's Blue Hole in the Bahamas, Dragon Hole in China, and Egypt's renowned Dahab Blue Hole. Each holds unique geological and biological secrets. Sediments collected from their depths have allowed scientists to reconstruct the climate history of entire regions, like tracking the frequency of tropical storms in the Caribbean. In this way, blue holes are windows into our planet's past, present, and possibly its future. After diving into these abyssal mysteries, get ready to discover how light can transform night into an equally improbable spectacle: the lunar rainbow. After such surprising phenomena as moving stones and ball lightning, we arrive at one of nature's most ethereal displays: the nocturnal lunar rainbow. Imagine a dark sky, a full moon shining brightly, and right before you, an arc of white light suspended in the air. This is the lunar rainbow, also known as a moonbow. Unlike daytime rainbows, this phenomenon occurs at night, when moonlight refracts through water droplets in rain or mist. The lunar rainbow is much fainter than its solar counterpart. Moonlight is simply reflected sunlight, and it's thousands of times dimmer. That's why, to the naked eye, it often appears white or silvery. However, if you look closely or use a camera, you can discover that it also contains colors, though very soft. To see a lunar rainbow, you need very specific conditions: a clear night, a full moon, and plenty of moisture in the air, like near waterfalls or in very humid areas. Places like Yosemite National Park or Victoria Falls are famous for this phenomenon. Although it's hard to distinguish colors with the naked eye, the lunar rainbow remains a magical experience. It's as if nature gifts us an arc of light in the middle of darkness. And if you thought the night couldn't surprise you anymore, wait until you discover what happens when sand turns into electricity. After exploring lakes that boil, stones that seem to move on their own, and mysterious ball-shaped lightning, we now enter another equally astonishing phenomenon: electric sandstorms. In the arid and semi-arid regions of the planet, the combination of dry soils and strong winds can create colossal clouds of dust and sand that sweep across the land like massive waves. These storms not only reduce visibility to just a few meters, but also fill the air with static electricity. How does this happen? When wind lifts sand and dust particles, the friction between them and the ground generates electric charges. This process, known as saltation, causes the particles to become electrically charged and the air to fill with static. In some cases, the charge is so strong that you can witness tiny flashes, almost like miniature lightning, and hear crackling sounds inside the storm. Beyond their visual spectacle, these storms present real challenges. They affect respiratory health, damage crops and equipment, and can disrupt daily life by blocking roads and airports. Sometimes, the dust can travel thousands of kilometers, carrying vital minerals to distant ecosystems. In certain regions, especially near deserts like the Sahara, the electrical intensity of these storms is so great that it changes the chemistry of the air and gives rise to even stranger phenomena. Electric sandstorms remind us that nature is not only powerful, but deeply mysterious. But if you think you've seen it all, just wait until you discover a fog that paints the landscape red and defies imagination. Throughout history, Norway has been home to natural phenomena that challenge logic and imagination. Among them, one of the most unsettling and mysterious is the so-called blood fog, a rare event that bathes the landscape in reddish hues, as if the very air had been tinted by invisible hands. But what is blood fog really? Despite its dramatic name, this phenomenon has nothing to do with actual blood or ancient superstitions. Its origin is entirely natural, involving a blend of climate, geography, and biology. On very rare occasions, atmospheric conditions allow mineral particles, dust, or even microscopic organisms to be carried by the wind into northern regions. When humidity is high and temperatures drop, these particles remain suspended in the air, forming a dense fog that can appear red or orange due to the presence of iron oxides or biological pigments. In other cases, certain microalgae have been documented to release reddish pigments that, when trapped in the moist air, contribute to the unusual coloring. What might seem like an apocalyptic sign or an unsolved mystery is, in reality, a fascinating example of how nature combines physical, chemical, and biological processes to create unique and astonishing visual spectacles. The blood fog of Norway reminds us that there are still natural wonders waiting to be discovered and understood. And after this journey through the impossible, in our next episode, we'll explore the mystery of places where the light never disappears. If you want to keep discovering the world's strangest natural phenomena, subscribe, share this episode, and join us for the series.